The Alchemy of Alignment, 21 Days to Become the Author of Your Destiny. Opening invocation. This audiobook is a doorway. As you listen, breathe a little slower than usual. Let each word meet you like a quiet tide. The universe is already speaking in your life. Today, you learn to answer. Part 1. Awakening Introduction. The quiet law in the hush between your thoughts. There is a law that never sleeps. It does not argue, and it does not persuade. It reflects. What you hold within becomes what you meet without. You are not a bystander in a crowded world. You are a tuning fork in a living field. Day 1. The bell at dawn. In a hillside town lived a baker named Noel. Each morning he rose before the sun, muttering that customers were scarce and flour was costly. His worry was a bell rung at dawn and the day obeyed its tone. One morning, his grandmother visited and asked, "What song do you give the morning?" He answered with silence. That day, he set 2 loaves on the window and whispered, "I welcome grace." A traveler passed, then another. By night, every shelf stood empty and every debt was light. Ancient practice. At sunrise, name the day aloud with 7 words that you choose. Speak only states of being. I am clear. I am guided. I am generous. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am receptive. I am joyful. Let the day answer your tone. Day 2. The cup you carry. A seamstress named Mara kept a chipped cup at her table. One evening, she washed it as if it were crystal, set it on a small cloth, and blessed it. Her hands remembered honor. Within a week, a patron commissioned her finest work. Nothing in the room had changed but the story she poured into it. Ancient practice. Touch 3 common objects and bless their service. Speak. Thank you for holding. Thank you for sheltering. Thank you for bearing light. Appreciation turns the key that opens further rooms. Day 3. The Lantern Seller. A boy named Ivo sold lanterns in a crowded market. People gathered for the stillness. He sold out before evening. Ancient practice. Sit for 5 minutes in silence. Place your right hand on your chest and breathe to a count of 4. In for hold. 6 out. Whisper, I let my being speak before my words. Day 4. The River Door. Talia wanted a perfect plan before she began her journey. The door appears when you step. She stepped, and a narrow boat slid from the shadows as if summoned by her foot. By dusk, she had crossed. Ancient practice. Write 1 small action that carries your great desire. Do it before sunset. Do not negotiate with fear. Movement is the prayer the river understands. Day 5. The Field that Answers. A farmer named Benito complained to the earth, and the earth answered with weeds. One season, he knelt and thanked the soil for what it could become. He planted fewer seeds with deeper attention. The harvest arrived early and heavy. Ancient practice. For 3 minutes, list what is already working. Let your nervous system taste safety. Healthy roots reach further. Day 6. The Mirror Truth. Harper blamed the market, the weather, and the year. She saw a guarded mouth and a narrowed gaze. She softened her face and greeted the next person as if greeting a friend. The day changed its shape. Ancient practice. Stand before a mirror. Meet your own eyes for 1 minute. Speak, I welcome my life. I welcome my help. I welcome my harvest. Day 7. The First Gate. 7 days reveal a pattern. What you bless grows. What you embody arrives. What you move toward meets you halfway. This is the first gate. Ancient practice. Place a hand on the doorframe you pass most. Say, I walk through as who I choose to be. Then step. Part 2, Surrender, Day 8. The Storm Gift. A carpenter named Rhea cursed the storm that tore her roof. When she cleared the wreckage, she found rot that would have failed in winter. The storm was a surgeon. Ancient practice. When challenge visits, ask, what is being cleared for my good? Name one gift the storm delivered. Claim it. Day 9, The Empty Chair. John longed for companionship. He spoke to the empty seat with kindness, then lived as a man who belonged. Belonging arrived to meet him. Ancient practice. Create one physical opening that signals your readiness. An extra hanger. An open calendar hour named Receive. Space invites the guest. Day 10, The Thread of Trust. A merchant named Pearl hesitated until the market closed. A mentor said, trust is the bridge between idea and income. She chose one strand of action and crossed. Profit waited on the other side. Ancient practice. Before a decision, place one hand on the belly and one on the heart. Ask, what choice expands me? Choose expansion. Day 11. The gentle clock. Agnes ran behind time and scolded the hours. She learned to place pauses like stones across a creek. The day began to carry her. Ancient practice. 3 times today. Stop for 60 seconds. Breathe and whisper, I trust the gentle current. Watch decisions sort themselves. Day 12. The Quiet Signal. Edith drowned in notifications. Ancient practice. Practice sacred silence. 5 minutes. No music, no messages. Ask nothing. Receive direction. Day 13. The Compass Within. Oscar asked 10 people and grew 10 kinds of doubt. On a hill above the city, he felt a yes that made his chest warm. He followed warmth. The road welcomed him. Ancient practice. Ask what feels aligned. The first soft answer is your path. Act before the mind debates. Day 14. The Open Palm. Mabel gripped outcomes and felt them slip away. In your mind, place every worry on a leaf. Watch each leaf float out of sight. Say, I release what blocks my flow. Part 3. Expansion. Day 15. The Golden Key. Eugene tried every key but gratitude. When he thanked the door before it opened, the latch lifted on its own. Ancient practice. Speak 3 future gratitudes as if now. Thank you for the healed body. Thank you for the right partner. Thank you for the thriving work. Feel the sincerity, not the performance. Day 16. The Wider Window. Birdie planned a small flower cart. She widened the window and imagined a sanctuary of fragrance and color. The city made space for her larger vision. Ancient practice. Triple the dream. See it, feel it. Ask, who must I become to carry this size with grace? Name one trait and practice it today. Day 17. The Song of Joy. Sylvia spoke gratitude aloud each dawn. The room brightened. Opportunities heard the music and came to dance. Ancient practice. Voice your morning. Say, life delights in giving me joy. Repeat until your body believes you. Day 18. The Lantern of Clarity. Horace wandered a dozen paths and called it freedom. A lantern maker said, focus is light that cuts the dark. He chose one road. Progress answered. Ancient practice. Write one clear intention in one sentence. Place it where your eyes meet it, morning and night. Read it aloud. Do not add a second intention this week. Day 19. Destiny's Dance. Gertrude forced the wood and made bruises. An elder said, listen for the grain. She listened, and the wood revealed its figure. Destiny prefers partnership. Ancient practice. Whisper, I dance with what is. Then ask the day, where are you already moving? Join that motion. Day 20. The sky that widens Ellsworth managed a small bookshop and a smaller dream. A child asked where the books about stars were. He lifted his eyes. He began curating wonder, and the shop became a constellation. Ancient practice. At twilight, look at the sky and say, my life is as limitless as this sky. Let your breathing match the slow pace of evening. Day 21. The crown of inner light. Matilda sought approval like bread. A traveler asked, does the sun ask permission to shine? Matilda stood taller. Customers felt the change before they saw it. Ancient practice. Place your hand on your head. Speak, I wear the crown of alignment. Then move through your day as one already chosen. 7 parables for the road the weaver's beginning. Malene waited for the perfect pattern and wove nothing. A mystic handed her a golden thread and said, begin with what shimmers now. She began. The pattern revealed itself by moving hands. Practice. Start the smallest visible piece. Start now. An old woman said, draw first and bless the bucket. Water rose where there had been none. Practice. Bless the tool you already hold. Use it today. The radiant stone. Viola received a small glowing stone. The more she looked at its light, the brighter her room became. She discovered that attention is electricity. Practice. For 2 minutes, attend to beauty in what you already have. Name 5 details. The sacred exchange. Bula held her last loaf. A monk asked for a bite. She shared and discovered the stream beneath the stone. Her shop filled as she flowed. Practice. Give one thing today without demand. A coin, a kindness, a skill. Open the circuit, the open gate. Rosalie found a garden with an unlocked gate. The keeper said, that which is open receives. Rosalie learned that expectation is a door. Practice. Right, good finds me easily. Place it near your front door. The eternal flame. Cornelius thought his weakness was a verdict. A master potter said, it is a chrysalis. He returned to the wheel daily. Vessels took shape that could hold water and fire. Practice. Light a candle or imagine one and say, my flame never dies. The web of harmony. Milton stared at a spider's web and saw every drop reflecting every other drop. He understood unity and his knots loosened. Practice. Imagine golden threads from your heart to everyone you meet today. Speak within, may we both be blessed. The 7 alignments. Tone before task. State who you are becoming before you act. Bless the present. What you appreciate appreciates. Trust the step. Movement invites maps. Make room. Emptiness is an invitation. Receive in silence. Guidance prefers whispers. Expand the window. Big does not mean heavy. It means open. Wear your crown. Worth is not a prize. It is a posture. Closing benediction. You have walked 21 days in the language of alignment. You have learned to tune the instrument of your being, so the world can harmonize with you. The law did not become true because you listened. It was true before your first breath. Now it meets your consent. When doubt approaches, place a hand on your heart and say, I am aligned, and therefore I am guided. When fear whispers, answer with a small action. When the old story returns, write a new sentence and live it for 1 hour. The universe is not a judge in a high room. The universe is a field that answers your song. Sing clearly. Step through.